Hey Brick Maniacs, welcome back to another Friday Sit Rep. As usual, we have an epic lineup for you, including our most recent Blackhawk, as well as some releases for Great War bricks. Also, make sure to stick around after the check-ins because we're going to go over what you can expect for Black Friday, coming at brickmania.com and at our retail locations. Let's dive in. All right, and kicking things off, we are checking in with Dan for the first reveal of the MH-60M Blackhawk. This is the most recent in the rotary aircraft lineup that Dan has been cranking out over the past couple of years. And we're excited to say this one is fully printed, and not only that, but it brings some cool design elements to it. So Dan's here to walk us through a little bit more about what we're looking at and go over some of the details.
Okay, well, what you have here is the UH-60 Mike, or UH-60M. And the UH utility helicopter 60, it's a Blackhawk. Mm-hmm. So all of the H-60 military helicopters are Blackhawks. UH-60 is the utility version. It doesn't have all the fancy sensors and radars and things and bubbles all over it, like say some of the more advanced, like that helicopters that are meant to go into enemy territory. This is just meant to be a workhorse helicopter. Mm-hmm. It does have self-defense. That being said, it does have self-defense features, but it doesn't have like the things that you would need to go on the offensive, all weather use stuff like that. So that being said, it is also the most recent version of the Blackhawk used by the Army, used by the National Guard. And the big distinguishing feature are these upturned vents for the exhaust fans, I guess, or exhaust ports for the turbines, and that is an anti-missile, anti-heat-seeking missile defense. When the radiation is blasted up into the rotor blades and it dissipates well before like a you
can get a hot spot, really.
Right. Yeah, it dissipates the heat so that heat-seeking missiles like portable man-PATs, portable manned anti-aircraft missiles can't really lock onto this thing, or have a lot more difficult time. Of course, it also has other defenses like chaff and flare dispensers. Missile warning sensors, things like that, so they can, the crew can take evasive action. Of course, it's designed to protect the crew and be an all-around survivable helicopter. So, that being said, the features of this one, it's not really stripped down. So it looks a lot like the Pave Hawk. It looks a lot like the other Blackhawks we've done. It's missing its refueling probe. That does not have that. That's not standard on a Blackhawk. That's a real like mission special feature that's used on like long-range helicopters. This does not. This is what you're going to be using to ferry troops a relatively short distance equipment. You do have these sort of like hooks on the bottom that you can. Basically you can do a sling load for cargo, external cargo, just hangs off the bottom. We do have the equipment for that. It does have. I should point out the cockpit doors open. You don't have opening windows here. Right now they're in the crew chief's windows are just kind of like stuck open. Yep. There will be a printed piece right here that actually shows the windows, just like the last few Blackhawks.
Okay.
A lot of printing is not on here yet.
Still prototype. Yep.
Right. This is just a prototype. Just as there is no gun in the window here. So the crew chiefs, there's a gunner and there's a crew chief. We'll have a crew of 4 minifigs, just like every Blackhawk that flies now. 2 pilots, crew chief, and a gunner. They will be equipped with M240s. Of course, you can always swap that out if you wanted to put some miniguns or something else on there, 50 cal, stuff like that.
Customize it how you like.
Those are extras. You'll have to do that. It does have all the normal features that we've included in the Blackhawk, folding, horizontal stabilizers. It does have the folding rear step,
nice.
The tail, but they only actually do that on most Blackhawks just for maintenance purposes. And I've talked to some people that actually operators of this aircraft, and they said they've been on this aircraft for years and actually never seen
them fold it up.
Right. He said it's actually a rare thing where they have to access that transmission in the back to fold it up. So while it's a feature of this kit, it's not necessarily something you're going to see in everyday life.
Sure.
In real life. The coolest new feature they have is the sliding door mechanism. It's a fairly smooth sliding door. It's been something I've been wanting to do. We just haven't had the time to really dig into making this work. And, I did have an extra day to work on this model, which is a rare thing. Usually I have such a time constraint. And my time, I'm required to run all over and do like 10 things at once. But I got a day set aside. I was like, okay, I'm going to fix this, finish this riddle of how I can get the sliding door done. It's done. So if you're a fan of like the Hueys I've done, the sliding door and that, you'll know that this is like, yeah, this is up to par, if not better than that.
Well, and getting the functionality without adding bulk was, I mean, that's the real trick there, is because you can add that function and make it fatter than it should be, but ultimately keeping that sleek run is really impressive.
It's not really a feature if it weakens the model.
Right.
You know, this is the thing about my Blackhawks is they've all been very sturdy. You know, there's certain things that you come to expect from a Brickmania kit, and usually, you know, especially if it's got my name on it, sturdy is usually one of those things.
Playable. I mean, it's a toy.
Right, and I wanted to make sure that was functional. So it does have that. We do not have the hoist. The hoist is just not a standard feature on the UH-60. Any model that's more of a specialized, you know, rescue hoist, that kind of thing. So it's not on here. So it will be a little bit, you know, lower price than some of the other models that we're doing, but keep in mind there's a lot of printing you can see now and printing you can't see. It's just not on there yet. Plus 4 completely printed U.S. Army figures, and they will be camouflaged. There'll be some new figures, which is I'm kind of excited about, because we're doing the most current loadout that you'd see in a U.S. Army Blackhawk.
Check out the website for those renders posted now for the pre-order.
Right, so this is perfect. You know, U.S. Army and Army National Guard would all be flying this. They're slowly replacing their earlier models, the A's and the L's, and they're replacing with these new Mike models. So.
Incredible. Just when you think there can't be any more features brought to the table when it comes to the Siskin Blackhawk lineup, then we get some sliding doors, and once again, all that
It's one
printing.
of just a few new Blackhawks, actually. So this is you know, we're still in 2021 now, but 2022 has a bunch of new Blackhawks coming. So Blackhawks, Seahawks, Jayhawks, you name it, you're going to see a whole lot more this coming year. This is just the first of many. But to me, it's going to be this is the one that you'll see flying around mostly. You know, if you're around Army bases and in general in country, you're going to see this. This is everywhere. They use them to fight fires. They use them, in emergency situations, rescues, and then of course just basic troop movements.
So there you have it, the UH-60M, available right now on pre-order on brickmania.com. Dan, incredible model, and thanks for checking in.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, so moving on to Great War bricks, we have the Fiat 3000. Mary Wilson, our project manager here, and this is an adorable little tank once again. But like I was joking with before this, the Fiat 3000 almost sounds like something that's like coming out today.
Yeah.
Wasn't back from World War I. But tell me a little bit more about this build. I can see we got some awesome printing going on already here.
Yeah. So it's kind of like, just as a tank, it's kind of like a rip-off of the French Renault. And Katya actually just got her designer model a little bit early, and she just sent me pictures of our latest Renault that came out, and then this next to it, and they're adorable next to each other.
Nice.
As cute as tanks can be. And then, okay, so some details in here. I really love the printing on this. We've got just like the unit markings and symbols on the side, on either side. And then the front here, we have a very nice little viewport. And all of these, the way that Katya built it, it was like perfect printing for perfect canvases for the UV printing. So it all turned out really, really nice. And then my favorite part is that there's like this tiny little Fiat badge.
I just noticed that. Yeah.
Because, Fiat's got to get their little logo on there somewhere. But I think that's just adorable. Some other details we've got, so it's got it's fully loaded in the back so let me just take this off, because you can access the detailed engine in the back by removing one of these covers. Let me just get in there to see.
We'll swoop in on the minifigure while you're working on that.
Yeah. So
does come with a minifig.
Yes, it does come with a minifig. So we've got that detailed interior that Katya loves to always include, which is great. I'm gonna wait to put those back on. But then, as well as that, we've got the classic, rotating turret, and the doors in the back that open up. So if you want to stick your minifig back there, Katya's little pictures, she had both of the minifigs out the back of the turrets. It was so cute. I hope she shares them. Yeah, and then we also have the minifig is new for this kit, which is exciting.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Very Star Wars looking.
Very, yeah, that
as
helmet.
Italian tankers tend to be.
Yes. Yeah, and that is basically it. It's a cute little tank. Great printing. It rolls well. A lot of fun.
Awesome. A perfect addition to the already awesome lineup for Great War bricks. No pre-order here. This is available right now on brickmania.com. Mary, thanks for checking in. All right, and we also have a new minifig this week, and this is the World War I Ottman Infantry designed by Amanda. You know her as MN Art Girl. Amanda, tell us a little bit more about what we got going on here. I can tell I already love the hats.
Yeah, so I actually didn't, we hadn't assigned who was doing the art on these guys when I first was like, oh, new 3D printed helmet, cool. And so I started doing a bunch of research on the hat, and it is the called Bullock. I think I'm pronouncing that right. I've heard it several different times and through several different pronunciation guides, and they're all slightly different. But yeah, so it's that. It's also, so while researching this hat, basically they started with the Bullock, and then they moved to the Bashlik. Again, I think I'm saying that right. And the Bashlik is basically very similar in what it is, except it's just like a long piece of cloth that they wrapped around their head as like kind of a soft helmet. You know, to maybe protect from some elements.
Sure.
And so this is kind of a rough variation of an old Kabbalak or a more of that Bashlik look.
Almost like an evolution between the two.
Yeah, a little bit. Simply just because the Kabbalak, like the classic one that everyone I think thinks about, at least in my research, which give me a little grace because it was research.
Quick turnaround times. Yep.
Is the one with that it's more for the lieutenants and so on. That they have
thing.
That they actually have like a little bit of a rim or a rolled edge, I guess.
Sure.
And a different color that matches their collar pieces and stuff like that. And that's like when I looked it up, it's like that's all I saw. Took a little bit of research to it. It's like, oh no, those are like the upper. It's not management words. Anyway, upper ranks. Yeah, so that was fun. I did a lot of research and on just the hat alone, and then I was like, oh, I'm doing the fig, cool. I had already done, and actually backing up, I had already done the Ottoman gun car, right?
Yep.
Is that machine gun car?
Yep.
It was like suddenly like, wait, is that the name? And so this is very similar to that fig. The biggest difference would be on the back. He's got his backpack with a canteen and his bedroll over the top of that. And then on the front, obviously, suspenders and the canteen strap. So those are like the biggest differences between the other two and this one. Yeah, and so different faces, which is fun and amusing. Making like going through and looking at all the images of the soldiers and stuff in there, just amazing mustache. Super fun. Yeah, it's kind of the gist of this guy. Was looking to maybe add more stuff on the back, and it just started getting busy, so kind of cut it down. And yeah.
Well, it's definitely a good addition to those. If you picked up the World War I Ottman gun car, obviously you want your characters to have some differences, but at the same time look like they all belong together. So that's a perfect complement to it, and an excellent addition to an underrepresented portion of Great War bricks. World War I Ottman Infantry available now on brickmania.com. Amanda, thanks for checking in.
Woohoo.
Okay, so that will just about do it for the Friday sit rep. But like I said, I want to go over some stuff to let people know what they can expect coming Black Friday 2021 on brickmania.com as well as in our retail stores. So I've got a little bit of a cheat sheet here. We're going to go over the rundown. I'm going to let you know what you can expect. So first things first is a plug for Elite members. Just so you guys know, there's going to be some Elite member exclusive discounts arriving on Black Friday. So if you haven't pulled the trigger yet and on the fence about it, maybe this will help convince you that it's time to join the ranks of the Elite members. So the Black Friday specials category is going to be back on brickmania.com for Black Friday, running all the way through Cyber Monday. That's where you're going to find the exclusive items, Landos, Randos, etc., all dropping into that category. Some of the things that are going to arrive there come Black Friday are like the F-117, the newest DAP or the DAP Blackhawk, the U-2 Dragon Lady, a couple of the SR-71s, and then like I said, Landos, Randos will all be there. That category specific for Elite members will have an additional 5% discount across the board, meaning that the Elite members already receive a 5% discount everywhere on the web store. Whenever they log in, everything is just discounted 5%. That will be addition to that 5% in the Black Specials Friday category only. Say it again. So the Black Friday Specials category will have a 10% discount total, 5% on top of the actual 5% for elite members only. There will not be discounts in that category for normal customer groups, exclusive to elite members. Not 100% sure yet if that's going to be a coupon code. I think it will be, but just so you know to expect that, there will be an elite exclusive discount for the Black Friday specials category. So everything in there, if you're an elite member, will be 10% off as opposed to the normal 5%, etc. So that is one thing specific to elite members, going to be totally awesome because there's going to be some great stuff arriving in that category. Now, moving on from there, the customers that are the discounts that apply to everybody, the incentives, etc. So tier 1, we're going to have a 2022 calendar back in action in our retail locations as well as available online. You can buy it for just $10 or spend $100, you get it free. That's pretty much how it works. We'll keep that running until we run out of calendars, pretty much. Otherwise, we'll just leave them available for $10 as well. That incentive is also good at our retail stores. So if you go into a retail store, you spend $100, get a free calendar, they'll have them there for you to be able to pick up as well. Or like I said, if you just want to buy them normally. Moving on to level 2, if you spend $200, we've got the new Wunderwaffe. So we've got our would be V3 now. Yeah, the V3 crate will be dropping on Black Friday. That'll be the newest edition of the Wunderwaffe crate. We'll include that zombie head, etc. All the fun little greebles that Brickmania puts into it to make it ours. So that will be available at the $200 level while supplies last. Once that's gone, it's gone, and there's no longer that incentive. But we have quite a decent haul of them, so hopefully if you're acting on Black Friday, moving beyond that, etc., you will hit that mark and just get it free, be able to have it shipped to you. We're not going to have it available standalone. You'll notice it's on the website still for $200. That's just as the benchmark price to let people know what they need to spend. Please do not go onto brickmania.com and spend $200 on a Wunderwaffe crate. I suppose at that point you'd get 2, but still, like, find other things to spend the $200 on than just get the crate for free, because I think that's definitely worth it. And then finally, $300 level, that'll be free domestic only shipping. We didn't control that. That's not our call. The international shipping just has way too much that goes along with it. So we're able to offer that at the $300 level for domestic customers only. You crack that, you get free shipping across your entire order. So basically, if you swing into the Black Friday category and you pick up the new DAP Blackhawk, you're also going to get a free calendar. You're also going to get a free Wunderwaffe, and you're going to get free shipping on that item all through Black Friday weekend, because that is how the incentive program works. And then we'll have a very similar rundown going on for Cyber Monday as well. We're just going to change up a couple of things, so stay tuned a little bit more there. But like I said, I wanted to give you a heads up. In the retail locations, you'll be able to get that calendar at the $100 level and the Wunderwaffe crates at the $200 level. Obviously, no shipping from stores, so you don't need to worry necessarily about that. But that is the breakdown from retail to online to elite members, etc., with how Black Friday is going to work. I know that's kind of a lot of word vomit, just a lot of stuff coming at you at once. I just wanted to try to give us a little bit of an earlier breakdown so that people weren't trying to interpret graphics, blog posts, etc., a little bit closer to time. So if you have any questions, please just drop a comment. I'm happy to answer them. I'll be monitoring this video to make sure that people get their questions answered in regards to Black Friday. But that is everything that you can expect heading for brickmania.com. So it's going to be awesome. We're really looking forward to it. And then hopefully we can take a little bit of a breath after Black Friday weekend, heading into the holidays a bit here. So that is the rundown for the Friday sit rep. Thank you very much for watching.